Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Amanda, and in this video we're having a quick look at what is worth our energy and what is not worth our energy. So I did a couple of videos on this the other day, and I will link them up here for anyone who has not seen them, or for anyone who would like a recap on what it is that I am talking about when I'm talking about energy. So I wanted to do a quick video on this because I know for myself that this is a challenging topic, especially when we are dealing with people, because it is hard for us to let go of something and continue on with our journey when we want to manifest a particular outcome surrounding these people. However, we do want to understand how it is feeling to us and if it is aligning with our new way of being and the new story that we are telling ourselves. So I thought I'd bring it up for a quick talk just to kind of differentiate and to get a better understanding of how we know. So when we know that something is not worth our energy, usually it will obviously feel like it is weighing us down. It won't feel as fun anymore, and it will feel like we are actually in the way of what it is that we are actually wanting to create. So I'm going to use an example of what I experienced recently. I had a circumstance that was not unfolding in the way that I had hoped. It was not unfolding in the way that I actually thought it was going to unfold. And yet I did allow a couple of chances, obviously, to continue with it because it was something that I wanted to continue to do. It is something that I am continuing to do. However, because it weighed me down so much, I had to take a little break from it. So how this manifested was I gave it a couple of chances, and it was starting to feeling okay at the start, and then as I was giving it a couple of chances with the undesirable way that it had unfolded, I was starting to feel like it was weighing me down. How this manifested was I was thinking about it too much, starting to think about it in a negative way, and not in a negative way of that circumstance, but in a negative way about myself, because I know that I talk about these teachings up on YouTube, and I do firmly believe, obviously, that everything is created from within me. However, I'm struggling with this sometimes because I give myself a lot of self-blame when things are not manifesting in the way that I desire, and I know that that is self-sabotage, and so that's why I want to come on here and be honest, because that is not the case. It is never about self-blame. When things are unfolding in a particular way and it's involving other people, we cannot take on the self-blame within ourselves. And we have to understand that when we are given chances and we are allowing for things to continue in an undesirable way, that is self-sabotage, and it's not good for our development, and it's not good for manifestation either. So when we are actually allowing ourselves to disregard what is happening in our reality, because we start thinking that, oh, it's okay that I can brush over this with manifesting and everything can change. Yes, of course, it will change in a desirable way. However, this is where we understand if it's sucking the energy out of us. And if it is sucking the energy out of us, come back into yourself and weigh up how you want to continue with it. So it's not to say that when we are finding ourselves on this journey and we're allowing for things to unfold, and we're not identifying ourselves in a way that we are expressing our boundaries, that we are showing up for ourselves, and we are just going inside our mind and continuing to think in a positive way and allowing for all of this behavior to happen in our reality. That is actually, from my own experience and interpretation, for me, that is a bit of self-sabotage, because we are allowing the importance of the manifestation to be on the pedestal rather than ourselves and what we are feeling in the moment and what we are knowing about ourselves in the moment, and we are allowing for ourselves to suppress our authenticity, and that's not what we want to do. So how this unfolded was I gave it a few chances, gave it a couple of chances, and when we are giving things chances and allowing things to overstep who we are, and we're not valuing ourselves in the moment or valuing who we are actually, as I say, suppressing our energy down, which is actually causing us to weigh ourselves down. And because of this, because I allowed it, it manifested in a spiral, and it also manifested in an anxiety kind of attack that I really had not had in about a couple of years since I actually came into the law of assumption. Now, I have been somebody who has suffered with anxiety for a good lot of my years here. However, I have become a lot better now since I discovered the law of assumption and self-regulation in the past couple of years. It has literally, I suppose, saved my life in a way, because if I did not discover this, I would be even lower down in the way that I was before. So the past couple of years have been great for me on this journey, because it was literally a life changer in my mindset and in my self-regulation. And so because this unfolded in a way that was relating to my old way of being, which was somebody who had no confidence, would allow everybody to walk over your boundaries, just a complete people pleaser, which I still am a people pleaser, and there's nothing wrong with pleasing people when we know we're enriching their lives. However, we do want to know that the power is within us. Our energy is very, very powerful. And if our energy is not aligned with our values and our principles in that moment, we're not going to be able to show up in our best way for the other person and enrich their lives in the way that we want to, if we don't come into ourselves and enrich our own selves within first. So this is what happened to me, and I was going to give it another chance on top of the other chances that I did. And when I was going to do that, that is when the anxiety attack came in. So it came in as me obviously having to make a decision to let go. Now, it's very hard for me, obviously, to let go. I'm someone who doesn't really like to give up. I never see anything as given up anyway, because I always see everything as eternal. And when I want to continue with something, I do give it a few chances. And before, I would have given it all the chances and probably would not have given up and would have allowed my energy to be sucked down. However, I decided that because my energy was sucked so much in the actual decision of letting it go or continuing forward, I had to take a step back. And so that is actually what I did. I took a step back, which was hard for me to actually do. But what I realized was, because I'm in a new way of being now, and my values and my principles, I'm honoring my boundaries now more than I would have ever done before. And for me then, that was kind of seeing it as a win. So because I did that, I took a step back, and all of a sudden it was like, I had a really, really terrible day where I spiraled so bad. It was the worst, as I say, in the past couple of years. And when I let it go, it literally all just evaporated. And the next day then, when I had to actually discuss it, I was in the most calm way of being. It was like, this is what I'm talking about, the energy. When you know what you have to let go of, it's like when you are, as I say about the balloon, and you let go of the weight and the balloon just soars up into the sky. That was exactly how it felt. I was back into my way of being. I was feeling better, enthusiastic, and hopeful again for the future, and hopeful for that project and that as well too, for enriching people's lives and continuing to do that, because I allowed myself to let go of that, and I didn't allow it to hold down my energy anymore. So I know now then as well that we do have to honor ourselves, and we do have to continue with our self-regulation and our affirmations. And a couple of years ago, if I was in that situation, I would continue to allow it to suck me down. I would continue to allow it to weigh me down. But because, as I say, when we are developing ourselves, our new way of being will become unconscious. And when something's not matching with what we feel inside to our new way of being, the old way of being, as I say, will try and come down and weigh you down. But the new way of being will be stronger, because you persisted every single day on your conscious manifesting journey with your self-regulation and your affirmations. And it allowed you then to become more stronger and honoring yourself and who you are right now in this moment. And so when we know what is it to hold onto our energy, we know it's because we're excited and we're light and we're enthusiastic and motivated and hopeful for the future. So I thought I'd read out a passage from the Bible, because I love the Bible for moral code ethics. And this is in Titus on 3:8, where it says, if people are causing divisions among you, give a first and second warning, after that have nothing more to do with them. And what this means is you give a first and second chance, and then after that, it's up to them to decide when they want to come back in and allow for everything to unfold. So understand that your energies are very, very important. Give it first and second chance, and after that, then you decide, okay, I'll let it go for the moment. It'll manifest in the best way for me in the future. I am hopeful for that, but right now I'm bringing my energy back up, and I am knowing that everything is working out in the best way. First and second chance. After that, allow yourself to allow them to show up in the best way for you. So I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, you can comment down below, and I will chat to you soon.